collective. Happy full moon to you all. I hope that this live finds you well and in good spirits. For those of you that might be new here, my name is Gabrielle, and you're tuned in to Cusp of Roses, where we do timeless general tarot readings for all 12 cusp zodiac signs every new and full moon and every zodiac season. I thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. I thank you for allowing me to read for you during this beautiful full moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this strawberry moon has for everyone, all right? Before we get started, let me go ahead and get your incense lit. And then we will get grounded and offer up some gratitude into our space so that everyone here tuning in is open to the messages that will come forward, okay? Keep in mind that this is a general tarot reading. Not everything may resonate with you in this moment, okay? Only take the messages that do connect and leave the rest for someone else, all right? I appreciate, again, you guys tuning in. And let's go ahead and start getting centered. Let me move this. Well, you know what? Yeah, they said leave that there. Okay, we'll put that back. I hear you, Spirit. I'm going to do one sound of my singing bowl. We're going to let that sound travel. While that sound is traveling, collective, make sure you do whatever grounding and gratitude practice feels right and best for you in this moment, okay? I'll be doing a silent prayer for you all. You are more than welcome to pray along with me if it feels right and comfortable for you. All right, here we go. All right. Hi, Aurora. Thanks for being here, love. Let's get into this. All right. Okay. Now, y'all know how I am when it comes to these cloths. For some reason, this cloth was doing well. Literally, like for the past few days, it's new. Now all of a sudden it wants to get all puckled. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this. Thank you so much, Divine, for connecting me here with the collective, for protecting our energy during this reading, and for showing me what I need to know prior to this collective reading for the Scorpio Sagittarius full moon, strawberry moon energy. What do I need to know for the collective prior to this reading? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yellow in my mind's eye. Seeing a lot of yellow in my mind's eye, so solar plexus energy coming through, and I'm also seeing throat chakra here. Okay, so that connection from the solar plexus through the heart, through the throat chakra might be very important under this full moon energy, or might be getting a, I just heard like a revamp, revitalized. All right. What else? What else do I need to know prior to this reading for the full moon and the chakra energy? Whoa. Okay, what's this about? Feeling the world and smoke and mirrors. Okay. Third eye energy and the sacral chakra. Okay. Smoke and mirrors, 42 breaking down into a 6. feeling the world, 13 breaking down into a 4. So feminine energy here with that 13 vibration. What I will say here is I would be very, very mindful here, collective, under this full moon energy, that you are not absorbing the projections of the world. And what I mean by that is just be very, very, very mindful of the media that you consume. Be very, very mindful of what you're in agreement with from other people, from people around you, things that you're listening to, music, podcasts, whatever it might be, okay? Make sure that you are not... I just heard falling for the illusion, okay? This is a very, very, very beautiful full moon. A very powerful full moon energy. Be mindful of distractions, okay? If you need to take a break from the world, take a break from the world. If you need to find and carve some space for yourself, please do so over the next 2.5 days, regardless of when you find this reading and when it resonates with you. Because what you'll be feeling will be a lot of smoke and mirror, will be a lot of projection. Interesting. Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Some of you definitely need to cleanse your space or cleanse your aura with some smoke. Remember, when you are doing smudging work, like using sage or palo santo or anything that gives off that smoke, maybe even incense, that you're setting intentions around what that smoke is meant to do in the environment. Okay, if you're burning frankincense or resins, make sure you have a window open or a window cracked. Even when you're doing sage as well, right? That energy, whatever you're intending for that smoke to clear out, it needs a pathway to get out. So something about getting out of the feelings or getting out of a particular pathway under this full moon. Either the way is being shown, either you're getting inspired around how to do that. Particularly though when thinking about your future. This is how that just kind of rang through me. Particularly when you're thinking of your future. Making sure that you are not, that you are not absorbing the limits of those around you, the limits of your environment, the limits that you're telling yourself, right? This is a beautiful, beautiful time to work through anything that feels like a material blockage around your finances, around your money, around your career. I just heard aim higher. Aim higher. Affirm higher. Agree with higher. This is definitely no time to be accepting small, right? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, tell me more here, Divine. Anything else before we get started? Okay, I just heard no. Let's get into it. Please show me the direct energies, the direct chakra frequencies and energies that are being activated, healed, or balanced during this full moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius. Whoa, must be a lot. That was a big chunk that just wanted to slip out. What direct chakra energies are being healed, balanced, revitalized, shifted under this full moon? Whatever most important for the collective. Yeah, exposed and revealed. 21. There's that solar plexus energy. It's fire energy in this particular deck. What else? For this full moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius feeling. The world wanted to come back out. Okay. Okay. So exposed and revealed gives me this certain level of vulnerability. Told me to put that back. Okay. A certain level of vulnerability that's going to be required to let go of certain things, right? Because full moons are all about the closing and completion of a cycle. So maybe the last little bits that Scorpio energy is exposing within us, right? What we're still feeling or connecting with from a worldly point of view, what we maybe need a higher perspective on, hence the Sag energy coming in. What else? What other energies are here for this full moon for the collective? You got a Mary motive, so more solar plexus energy. Okay. And with the bottom of the deck, what's the overall energy for this full moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius? Overall energy for the full moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, the Rose's Kiss. Okay, so we are in our lower chakras for this beautiful full moon, which I kind of think is on par because it is the foundation of those 7 central chakras. In order to really have a lot of flow through the heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root all need to be in alignment. So that's all present here. I just heard the word gentle. So there may need to be like a gentle approach to something, or a gentle approach to yourself, or how you're viewing something. Or again, there's this high level of sensitivity. There could be a lot that seems unknown, a little unhidden, or just kind of like, why? Like I'm hearing that kind of loud in my mind. Why is this happening? Why am I feeling all of this? Why is this going on? With exposed and revealed in a Mary motive, it does tell me that something that you're experiencing in your emotional body is purposeful right now. Whether it is for you to expand with the Rose's Kiss, it's kind of like blooming. The Rose's Kiss is about your senses, how you connect to the world through your senses. It's almost like a deeper understanding that what you might be sensing might not necessarily be you. I don't know how else to explain that, but it's like some of you, you're either picking up on other energies right now, which could expose and reveal who's maybe attempting to connect with you, or like, how could I say this? Almost kind of like this energy, or I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but it's almost like when you can kind of sense someone thinking about you, and then you maybe say, oh, well, I'll reach out and I'll text them. And then they go, oh, I was just about to text you, right? It's like some sort of energetic cord here. Or energetic cords, I just got corrected. Multiple energetic cords, similar to this like clothesline here. Connections, who you're connected to, what you're connecting with. Is there a positive motive behind that? Is there a motive behind it at all? Is it just thoughtless? Like there's some sort of like, yeah, it feels really kind of I am struggling to find the words because it's something that is felt, that I feel like is It's like you either just know what I'm feeling or you don't, but give me the words here, divine. Yeah, because I think whatever I'm tapping into, whatever these energetic cords are, there's a lot of sensitivity, or they're fragile in some way. Maybe that's why I'm kind of like dancing around it, not being like a bull in a china shop. You know what I mean? Just kind of, there's just this gentleness that needs to occur. There's this reverence, I feel, for what you've been shown, what's coming to light, what's occurring, what the feelings are, what might be overwhelming you. And rather than judge it, make room for it, make space for it, transmute it with that Sag energy, right? Like that temperance. Find a way to make it okay. Some of you, it's like some of you just need the permission, I feel, like to give yourself permission to just be. Some of you maybe feel very disconnected from the world or the people around you right now. And there's maybe, again, a reason behind that. There's a need to get back in tune or back in touch with your own senses, or get grounded. Get grounded again. And pardon me, this is more sacral chakra energy, not root chakra. So we are strictly here in our sacral and our solar plexus. All right. Yeah, we'll get into this, of course, a little deeper, but I just think that there's this gentleness. There's a need to be very, very gentle. It's like almost as if, like, you know, when like a baby's sleeping and you're just like quiet and you're just kind of talking really low like this, trying not to wake the baby. It's like someone, this is either your energy collective, or these are how people are behaving towards you. Like you're the baby that's sleeping and people don't want to wake you. Oh. Okay, some of you could be going through a certain level of awakening in this moment. Where you need an environment that's going to offer you that gentleness, or you need a soft space to be right now. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Lord have mercy, the heat. Oh, damn. Let me make this quick, Jesus. Okay. Ooh. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had to turn my fan on because I was melting. Okay. Because I think, it's so interesting. I've done other readings. I'm definitely not feeling that heat now. All of a sudden, it's like a lot of heat, a lot of fire energy coming through. For my number people, you do have 21 breaking down into a 3. Again, you have 13 breaking down into a 4. 20 breaking down into a 2, and then the number 9. Okay? So 2, 3, 4, and 9 are your root energies for this reading. Might be synchronistic for you. You might start seeing 234 a lot, or catching the clock at that time, or just seeing that 2, 3, 4 sort of progression. Starting at a 2 though. Yeah, so it feels like this energy it's moving through the second, the sacral, the solar, which is the third, the heart, which is the fourth. And it almost feels like that Sag energy is in the 9th, right? The 9th house. which again, we have over 100 chakra energy centers. We just focus on the main 7 along the human spine. And that kind of help govern our reality on this channel. It's like almost every time I want to say something, I feel like I'm being stopped. Especially when I'm looking at the Rose's Kiss energy. Maybe that's what it is. It's like maybe you're searching or seeking for silence, or silence is just going to be very, very important. Like tapping into sound, hearing the energy or the world around you. Again, it's something, something disconnected here. Okay, tell me what's being exposed and revealed here in this solar plexus chakra. What's being exposed and revealed for this full moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius? The 10 of Swords. Ways of thinking that can no longer exist. Thoughts, ideas, perspectives that are doing more damage, more pain, more harm than any good. The 10 of Swords is that transition of the mind. It is an awakening. Unfortunately, it's an awakening through betrayal. It's an awakening through pain. I just heard mental toughness. It's like a whatever this is. Yeah, there's something, yeah. And I'm gonna honor the energy as it is, because it's clearly doesn't want to be, it doesn't want to be revealed. That's one thing for sure. Whatever this is, it does not want to come out, whether it is an emotion, whether it is a thought form, whether it's a truth that's still kind of hidden. Because again, that Sagittarius energy, it's a truth seeker. Some of you might be trying to get to the root or the truth of something, and you're not necessarily getting the answers that you were hoping for or that you're looking for, which could be causing a lot of upheaval in the emotional body. But the merry motive part of it could be hidden for purpose. And I know we don't necessarily like that, but okay, tell me what I need to know, what the collective needs to know about this 10 of Swords for what's being exposed and revealed. The 7 of Wands, who you need to protect and guard yourself from. That's some of you guys. This is a full moon of expansion. This is a full moon of growth. This is a sweet moon, a sweet harvest, with it being the strawberry moon, right? There's an element of awakening. There's an element of truth seeking. There's an element of philosophy and diving deep in both realms of spirit and of the emotional body with Scorpio and the Sag. But here's the Tower. Yeah, there's something that is crown chakra awakening in general, right? Because after the Tower comes judgment. But you got the Sun at the bottom. Yeah, it's almost as if what is either perceived as the end of something is truly only the beginning. It's happening for a reason and a purpose that you just can't see right now. The 8 of Swords. And I think that's where the gentleness is wanting to come in. Yeah. Tell me the energy between exposed and revealed. For some of you, it's almost as if the divine is kind of like, again, where did I say this? Was this in the last moon reading? Or was this in the Gemini season reading that I did? One or the other. Maybe I'm off on that. But it's like, this is a part of that scraping. Scraping out kind of all the gunk, I guess I could call it, that you've been sitting with. That's been clogging or fogging the mind. For some of you, again, it's not necessarily you, it's a level or a way that you need to spiritually protect yourself or guard your heart and your mind. That is important right now, whenever you find this. Because like I said, I was getting that for some of you, this energy isn't yours. It's being smoke and mirrors. It's being projected as if it's you, but it's actually someone else or something else. Be mindful of spiritual attacks at this time, because when we tap into that type of high vibrational full moon energy, it can bring a lot of lower vibrational energy out of the people around you. It might shock you with that tower of who you actually need to stand guard from. Tell me the energy between exposed and revealed and feeling the world for this full moon. Yeah. The 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. It's yeah. Okay. I hear it. I hear you. It is this. Somebody's has either gotten caught with their guard down, I almost want to say that just be very careful that no one is taking advantage of you in a vulnerable moment. Because with the 8 of Swords, with feeling the world, it's like some of you might be really swept up in an emotional wave right now, or really swept up in the mind. And it's leaving you vulnerable for other energies to come in and cause the whole smoke and mirror illusion. So for 9 of Wands to be in reverse, it's like there's this lack of spiritual strength that's being exposed, or that's coming to light or coming into your awareness. Tell me more about the 8 of Swords with feeling the world. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. Wow. There's the truth. And look at that. We have a lot of orange on the board, right? A lot of blue. So this is, yeah, this is about, some of you have maybe been blind to a truth that will be exposed and revealed over the next few days. The sun. If the sun just wants to come out, that's what's being exposed. Maybe it's the sun doing the exposing. But the sun is a very positive energy, and it positively aspects anything out on the board. So whatever this truth is, whatever this clarity is, it is for your greater good. It's the Mary motive. It's the solar plexus, the sun. It's for you to gain strength. It's for you to step into joy or find another pathway to joy and happiness and success, but literally. Yeah, Oh, of course. The devil, the 10 of cups, and the 7 of cups. That's the foggy energy. Okay, you want me to put this over here? That's the foggy energy. That's the smoke and mirror. Some of you, it's almost like creating this smoke of the 10 of cups is actually the 7 of cups. When it's a 10 of cups is a 10 of cups. If that probably didn't make no sense. It's almost like the smoke and mirror and illusion is like, now I feel conflicted about who I can trust, who I am emotionally safe with. Oh, for some of you, this is like a major betrayal coming to light. That's going to make you question your connection with someone, or question your connection with people, places, things, a situation. Something that was once in balance is now feeling sketchy. It's now feeling toxic. And or for some of y'all, the illusion in and of itself could have been the 10 of cups. Everything is fine, we're all good, everything is happy, da 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 da, when it was actually the 7 of cups. Some sort of intentional confusion is what I'm kind of getting, especially with the devil being here. I really do get that. Whether someone might attempt to, I don't know if this has happened just yet, whether someone's going to attempt to take advantage of you being in an emotional state or being vulnerable, or you allowed your guard to come down with somebody. It feels like a body, like a person. You allowed your guard to come down with somebody, and the truth is that they're this energy. I almost get like being preyed on somehow, some way. I'm going to put that back. I just heard I trusted you. You trusted someone. You trusted someone, and someone betrayed your trust in some way. This is... Oh. Okay. Because I was about to say, this is definitely not the energy I was tuning into while I was meditating for this reading. But I got clarification that this is possibly the past, with the 10 of Swords being the first card out. Swords being in the back representing the past energy, not swords in the front of you as if this is coming towards you, but it's the past, the swords that you're still carrying in the back, the ones you haven't touched, you haven't taken them out yet. So there could be this final release and let go with the 9 of Wands in reverse around the betrayals that still somehow feel active from the past. That's definitely that Scorpio energy. Okay, I see where we're going with this. This is a full moon in learning how to let go of the things that were done to you that probably absolutely were not fair, that you didn't deserve, that shook up your world or shook up your relationships, that were exposed and revealed to be intentional. So the things and situations where people were setting out to do some sort of harm or cause some sort of illusion, or again, were operating with you in a very inauthentic way. This is the moon to purge that. This is the perfect moon to write everything you feel, write everything you wish you could have said or felt you should have said or should have done, or all of that. Whatever that residue is, get it out on a paper and burn it safely. Burn it. Watch it burn. Because it's a very, very symbolic way to activate the purging. consciously and in the subconscious. Watching those words burn on the page, it's truly letting it evaporate. It no longer, it's been transmuted. That's a beautiful transmission. Some of you, that's what this is. Because with that, I'm like, the sun's here though, and the ace of swords, like why? It's some of you are still, and we all, this is a process, okay? But what's coming to light under this full moon is the things and the hurts and the pains that you still are struggling to let go of. And I think what makes it hard to let go is because typically those that I might be tuning into here, you're very much so a Nine of Wands upright. It's Sagittarius energy. You don't have to be a Sag to be the Nine of Wands. You know, typically you have your guard up. Typically you know how to protect yourself in certain ways. Typically you're not an open book. You don't let people in. You know, you're very cautious with who you give access to you. So the fact that you are the Nine of Wands in reverse, or were the Nine of Wands in reverse, and you let that guard down for someone that you thought you could trust, or for something you thought you could trust, a situation, an environment, whatever this might represent for you that you thought you could trust. I'm going to cut myself off here. The Ten of Swords is very personal. You got to be really close to put a sword in someone's back. You feel what I'm saying? So this feels like the people, places, things, situations where the Tower, it was unexpected. I never thought, like I kind of hear the thought process here. It's like, I never thought I'd have to protect myself from you. I never thought I'd have to be on guard with you, someone I thought I could trust. And maybe that distrust is what needs to be purged. Because you're in the Sun and the Ace of Swords now, you have clarity. You have the truth of what happened. You have the truth of the how. Maybe not necessarily the why. Maybe that's why I was hearing why. Maybe some of you are still searching for the why. And I think under this full moon, it's important to know that you might never know the why. You might never know it. You might never get the answers. And as sucky as that is, a merry motive. It's intentional. Because I almost feel like here, collective, if you really knew the why, it would keep you tethered to that energy for far longer than you already have been. And it feels like the divine is trying to move you into a new space, a new head space, a new heart space, a new emotional space, new mental landscape. But in order to do that, you have to transcend the Ten of Swords and get to the Ace of Swords. You have to let what has fallen be. You have to stop analyzing the debris and the bricks that are no longer in the formation of a tower, and wondering, was this the brick that made it all fall? Was this the brick? Like I can kind of see somebody doing that. The Emperor. Could have been dealing with an Emperor, but this could also just be a sign here, collective, that it's time to take back control of your mind, control of your life. It almost feels like you've either given too much of your life force energy with all the solar plexus here, too much of your life force energy to the betrayals, to those situations, to the past. And your present is asking for you to be in your senses in the now, the rose's kiss. Like I said, it's a very sensual energy, not sexual, but sensual. Meaning it's a beautiful way to ground. Name 5 things you can hear right now. 5 things you can touch right now. 5 things you can smell right now. 5 things you can see right now. 5 beautiful words you can speak right now. Like really getting sensory grounded in the senses. I don't know how else to say it, because that's what keeps you in the present. If you could hear the birds outside, then you're in the present moment. If you can tune out, if you're tuning out the birds outside, then you're somewhere else. More than likely you're in your past, or you're too far ahead in the future. You're not in the moment. Some of you are operating in a moment that is filled with the sun and the Ace of Swords and this clarity, as if you're still in the past. And again, we do this when I really think that the betrayal that was experienced here, whatever the pain was, the way that it turned somebody's world upside down, the way that that tower moment happened, it had somebody automatically in like fight or flight mode, and someone was ready to fight. And I feel like the fight didn't either happen. It's almost like this. It's almost like finding out about something when you're far away from it. Like finding out somebody that you, let's say you lived in the same home with them. And let's say they were doing some shady things while y'all were in the moment. And you didn't become aware of it until you moved out, or until you moved to another state or went somewhere else. So it's like you can't bring the confrontation to that person, or you can't address it the way that maybe your natural instinctual self would have wanted to. So you had to kind of sit with it. And that was intentional. Because for y'all that I'm tapped into, oh honey, yeah, the Hierophant. Yeah, it was intentional because it gave you the room and the space to apply wisdom where you might have reacted or acted on your impulses, and that would have done a lot more damage than needed. It would have either kept you, again, tethered in a low vibrational frequency or situation. So you had to sit with yourself. You had to learn how to navigate that energy without retaliating. And I'm not saying retaliation in a sense of like, oh, I'm gonna go do something messed up to them. No. It's a literal fight or flight is what I'm hearing. Like, had the truth been exposed and revealed while you were in the situation, while you were close to it, while it was around you, I think violence would have ensued, is what I'm kind of getting. Like that type of fight or flight. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been that angry where there's just no words. It's just all action, all hands, just all hands on deck. Like I have nothing to say. It's just on. Do you know what I mean? Having space, or having to be separate, or learning out the truth, finding out the truth, learning of the truth, yeah, put you in a position to make better choices, or have to kind of do that temperance work, that balancing out on your own, and in a way that elevated, or in a way that, again, it just operating out of wisdom, because you couldn't. Yeah, this feels like a situation that some of you guys don't like to speak on, because I feel like I keep getting quieted, which I understand. I understand, because it's almost like if I speak about it, if I think about it, it's going to piss me off all over again. And now I'm going to have to like work my way back down. Some of y'all, it could still be that real for you. Others of you, I think you've learned with the Hierophant. I think you've gained the wisdom. You've gained the insight around the purpose of that tower, the purpose of that betrayal. And now you're in the sun and the Ace of Swords and the light, that it allowed you to feel things that maybe many people don't let themselves feel. Or again, I almost get this level of detachment to it too, because there was some sort of space. It allowed you to feel your way through it without embodying the energy. So like embodying the energy would be the violence. Embodying the anger would be like getting active, right? But because that wasn't an option, you had to figure out what to do with all of that emotional energy. Yeah, the Five of Swords, right? This is something or someone that you for sure believed in or you really trusted. And I think this is, yeah, again, this is a beautiful time to do that deeper emotional work, to let it all out and free yourself from it. Tell me more about this Mary motive. The Magician, yeah. Talk about stepping into your power. And the Queen of Cups. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The Magician with the Queen of Cups says, you can't have my cup. Like, I don't care how cruel the world gets. I'm going to always find the sun. I'm going to always find the truth. I'm going to always have the joy. You can't take my cup. You can't take my heart. You can't stop me from feeling and living and being and existing. It's like whatever was sent on your path, collective, to turn you cold, to ice you over. You proved to those entities, those energies, those people, those places, those environments, who the true magician is, who's actually in control, who the emperor, Hierophant is. Somebody did not know who they were messing with, and they learned very quickly. Got a good lesson. A good lesson in what you intend for others will only be a trap for yourself. Because you rose up out of this. That's why I'm saying, I'm telling you, it felt, I was like, this can't be where we're at now. But it's some of you maybe needed a reminder. Some of y'all maybe needed a reminder that you're the magician. You're the Hierophant. You have access to the sun, always. Now, others of you, there could have been a Queen of Cups behind this malice. I just heard malice so loud. There could have been a Queen of Cups behind this malice. Yeah. Yep. This could be somebody who thought they had power over you. Emotionally manipulative, for sure. Their motive was to stay connected to you or keep this connection going with you so that they can keep hindering you. They can keep putting those swords in your back. They can keep you blinded to the truth of who you are, which a lot of you, it's stepping into the sun. You are becoming the sun. A light source. And this energy did its darnest and its best, I assume, to try to block that sun, to try to stop that light, to try to put holds and blockages on your solar plexus so you feel drained, you don't feel like you can do, you're not confident in what you can do, like really try to weigh you down in a very emotionally manipulative and mentally manipulative, insidious way. So not outright. Oh no. No. Wouldn't be bold enough to just do that outright. This feels like over time, like somebody was worn down until that guard, until they were in the Nine of Wands reverse. Oh, somebody's seeing that. Oh. Somebody's seeing it for what it is. and could be feeling the weight of the world on their shoulders. But I also kind of feel like it's that judgment. It's Pluto. For those of you, if you haven't joined me on Patreon yet, I did a Pluto retrograde reading that was really, really powerful, and that energy keeps kind of cycling up every now and again in these public readings. If you're interested in that, it's available to all tiers on my Patreon. That's linked in the description box below. If you feel called to check that reading out. For my Patreon members tuning in, you might want to rewatch that reading at this moment, sometime over the next 2 days. Because I feel like there's going to be some keys or some gems in there that didn't hit as hard the first time, but will really connect now. Clarify the Nine of Wands in reverse. Thank you, Divine. The Five of Pentacles. That's what I mean. It's like someone thought they either had you in the bag, they had power over you, they could just manipulate you emotionally, get you to feel all these things again, get you to remember all the hurt so that you would avoid this shift. You would not see yourself clearly. Keep hurting you so that all you really have time and the energy to do is to focus on what they've done. Very, very insidious energy. Five of Pentacles, yeah. Keep you worried, keep you in lack. Sometimes the Five of Pentacles can feel like a ceiling. Well, this is as good as it's gonna get. I'll never get to the 6 or the 7. Nope. I'm only going to be out here at the 5. It's like someone even maybe tried to disconnect you from your spirit. Now, what the heck does that mean? Okay, so for some of y'all, this could be a lot darker than just someone hurt you or someone did something shady. Like this has a layer of calculation around it. I do feel like I'm very much so in the upper chakras and the spirit realm with this. So this could be a layer of spiritual warfare that you've had to go through. That's what I mean. It was covert. It wasn't like this person was, well, let me say it like this. Whoever this Queen of Cups, Magician, Devil energy was, and I'm saying was, so this person might not be around you now, or again, some of y'all are distant from this, some of y'all are really learning this, stepping into the Hierophant around this situation. Whoever that energy is, how could I say this? Whether they're conscious or unconscious about it, I kind of feel like some of it is unconscious. It's like they've allowed themselves to be used by lower vibrational energy to, I guess I'll say, attack your solar plexus, your life force. To dim your life force, to drain you of it, to maybe even end you altogether. It could be that dark. Somebody was very motivated to do so. Someone found enjoyment out of doing this to you. It's almost like it robbed you of your ability to connect with the present moment because, yeah, it's almost like, yeah, it's like, let's say this was a relationship or a friendship, or maybe this is a family dynamic, and you've moved on and you've let it go and you felt like, okay, I'm distant from that. And then, or maybe you did so amicably, right? Because we had the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. So you maybe parted ways or kind of did whatever this was, or felt like you had the 10 of Cups with this person. And then when the truth was exposed and revealed that it was really the 7 of Cups, and there was a lot of deception and a lot of mind games or a lot of betrayal happening, it's like it almost took you backwards in time, because now you got to comb through the whole thing to find what was true and what was a lie. Was it all a lie? The truth seeker. It's like there's still some parts of the collective here when it comes to this particular experience that still feels like you haven't gotten all the truth. And there's a part of you that just really wants to know, but I almost feel like it's not necessarily meant for you to know, because if you knew the full-blown truth of it all, it would stagnate you and keep you in this Eight of Swords. I just heard the point of no recovery. Like it could truly be a lights out type of thing. Like it could zap you of whatever little fire you might have gained back now. And the divine doesn't want that. Sometimes all you got to know is like people are fucked up. People do stupid and shitty things. Not everybody is right in their mind. Not everybody is right in their heart. Not everybody is right in their spirit. And that's not a reflection of who you are, collective, in the way that you've maybe internalized it to be. Because and that's what I just heard in my mind. It is a reflection of who you are, but it's a reflection of the light that you are, not you being the pain or deserving of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like having to wrap the mind around that bad things happen to good people. That being a good person doesn't make you exempt from having to experience the Ten of Swords or betrayal or have situations go wrong, or you know what I mean? It's so some of you that could be what you're coming out of. This whole like, well, I was a good person and I didn't do anything and I didn't deserve that. It's like you didn't have to deserve it. It was gonna happen. And I know that again sucks. Because we would love to be in the mental state of everything is sunshine and rainbows and roses and you know what I mean? It's like, if as long as I'm doing good, then it'll always be good. And that's just not the world we live in. Unfortunately, that would be a beautiful thing. But that's not the world we live in. Bad things happen to good people every day. And it's not a matter of did they deserve it. It's a matter of what the greater plan is. And I know that that's a very abstract way to look at it, especially if you are deep into the feels of it, and you'll get there. Don't push yourself to be in that mindset yet if you're not ready for it. But know that is truth. That is the Ace of Swords. Once you step into that clarity, the sun comes. You're no longer under the cloud of the Ten of Swords. You're no longer blinded. You get to see. And it can empower you if you allow it to. Tell me about this Hierophant. Four of Pentacles, right. Yeah. It's okay right now to be in a comfort zone. It's okay to create comfort around you. Because I do get that for some of you, there's a lot of truth being revealed that you were not privy to while dealing with a particular situation or a particular person that is shifting your reality right now. The Tower. Something you thought was solid is no longer solid. And that can be so heartbreaking to experience. Especially if it is shaky based off the actions of someone else, the person that you were in this tower with or the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's almost like that's where the why. Why was that necessary? What would possess you to do that? But look at that word. What would possess somebody to do something that dark or that Do you know what I mean? Like, what would? So Hierophant with the Four of Pentacles is again another nod to protection, another nod to understanding a little bit more of who you allow into your space, who you pour your energy and your time into. Because, you know, the word conditioning just came up while I was receiving a little bit more about this devil energy. Conditioning. It's yeah. You know, unfortunately, some people are taught to be in this energy. Like, they've been conditioned to do so. I did a reading, and I can't remember for who, but it was that, I think it's in the title of refusing to do what was done to you. This energy, this person, this situation, they didn't refuse to be the perpetrator of whatever pain they experienced. And I don't want to let this person off the hook by saying, oh, they just might not know any better, because I don't feel that with the Magician and the Devil. There's a lot of consciousness around that darkness, around that manipulation. So they absolutely do know better. They're just not choosing better. But that's not a you problem, collective. That's their work. But what is insidious about that is the smoke and mirrors. This person might be masterful at projecting that it's you, collective, that's making me be in this energy. No, it is not. This person's actively choosing to do that. They would do it if you didn't do anything. It's who they choose to be. It's how they choose to operate. And that's, again, not a reflection of who you are, but almost like what you are. Because mind you, when you are a light in this world, you're going to attract everything. Good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. So maybe there's just a part of you under this full moon that's reconciling that. Walking in it a little bit more. I think that whole bad things do happen to good people piece is huge for some of y'all here. Yeah, Six of Pentacles, because it's about balance. If you were to remain solely in the light and nothing ever bad happened to you, you would have an imbalanced experience here in this plane. If it was all dark and nothing good ever happened, it's still imbalanced. So this does feel like balance wants to come in. Trust in that law of karma, that what you put out is what you receive. Understand that. So it's that lesson of give and take. Giving and receiving. What you give, you might not receive back from that person, but you'll receive it back in other ways. And what they give, they might not receive back from you, but they might get it in other ways. So trust and believe, because for some of y'all, I can feel it. It's like whomever this energy was, there's this maybe, and I'm going to say this in love, okay? Maybe there's a slight obsession with this person getting their karma for what they did to you. That could also be keeping you in the Eight of Swords, because quite frankly, whatever balancing has to happen for that person is none of your business. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Let that be between them and God. Because that's the only person that clearly, based on the energy we're pulling, should be balancing them out. Can balance them out. Because if you go toe to toe, you're going to fall in this energy. Let God handle it. Let the divine handle it. Don't have to fight every battle. Oh, and that's a beautiful lesson for Sag energy, because, ooh, are we war ready? Yes. always. If it's up, then it's actually up right here in this moment. Like, there's nothing that's going to stop me. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you don't have to fight every battle. You don't. And this is a battle you're not meant to fight. This is a battle that the divine will fight for you. But how that happens and what's going on with all of that, none of your concern. Wash your hands of it. If you have been a little obsessive over it, walk out, step out of that. Because then you're only mirroring this. You're only inching closer to this. Stay here in the Hierophant's energy. Stay in the sun's vibration. Stay in the Ace of Swords. Hold on to the clarity. All right, they did that. They did whatever they did. That's for them to deal with. That has nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything to deserve it. You didn't have to do anything to deserve it. That's what this person made a conscious decision to do. Out of their own whatever, pain, misery, confusion, conditioning, whatever they believe, that don't even matter. That's what I mean. It's like the why isn't important. What's important is the lesson that you've learned, the clarity that you've gained. That's what you need to focus on. Hold on to the Hierophant. Hold on to the wisdom that this taught you. And trust in that Six of Pentacles. Because a lot of this feels like wanting instant gratification. I want it to happen now. You know what I mean? Like, I want the lick to be gotten back now. This for some of y'all, most of y'all, I feel like that are resonating with this. This is a long-term game. That's why if you sit and wait for the get back to watch it and be a part of it, you're only holding yourself back. Only. Then you're almost stepping into that person's energy. Do you know what I mean? It's just, be mindful of that. Come on now. Justice card at the bottom of the deck. Justice will be served. You just might not be a part of it. Don't worry about how those scales are going to balance. They'll balance when the divine sees fit. All you got to focus on is the truth that you've gained, the clarity that you have, the knowledge and the wisdom, and keep it pushing. Don't look back. Come on now with the Empress underneath that. Don't let the past distract you under this moon. The Four of Cups with the moon. And the Ace of Cups. And the Chariot. Come on now. And the Chariot. And the Princess of Pentacles. Walk forward with what you've learned. Chariot. Get in that chariot and go. Some of you already have, so this is just a reminder that don't look back. Some of y'all just needed to be reminded that God has the last word in all of this. And when that last word is spoken, it is none of your concern. It'll happen when it needs to. Yeah, you focus on, right. You focus on the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, working towards your Nine of Pentacles. Working on your strengths with it being in reverse. Yeah, it's like some of y'all, it's and it's natural. We all go through it. We've all been here, right? You just want to know. It's natural. It's natural to, when someone has done something to you that has been so vile or felt so painful or seemingly unexpected, that you want them to feel it the way that you felt it. Feeling the world, right? It felt like the world to you. You want them to feel the world. Don't get caught up in that energy. Don't let your mind stay stuck on that. because that's only going to bring you into this, and you need to be here. Okay? So tell me about this Rose's Kiss. Yeah, the Fool. Exactly. Travel light. Pack light. That's what Erykah Badu said, okay? She said, pack light. Don't be a bag lady, because you're going to miss your bus. You're going to miss that chariot. Dragging all those bags. Let it go. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Whatever you feel you could have done to make this person feel the way you felt or go through what you went, whatever won't even be a tenth as impactful as what the divine will do. We saw justice come out, so the time is coming. That it's gonna, trust me and believe it. This is one of those situations, collective, where you gotta give it to God. Give it to God, let it go, and move forward lightly. Let people be where they are. You don't have to be there with them. Yeah? Tell me about this Rose's Kiss. Thank you so much, Divine, for this full moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius. At the bottom of the deck, what is this Rose's Kiss? So much wants to come out. Okay, here we go. The Six of Wands, period. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, collective. You are looking, if you're looking for the victory is you letting this go. You get the victory because you're not stuck in the Eight of Swords, thinking about what this person did to you and all the thing. Like, and it's a trap. It's like, it's almost like it's a trap that was set for you, collective. I don't know how else to tell you that. It was a trap that was set for you to allow you to block yourself from being in this sun energy, from gaining the clarity, from stepping into the hierophant, from learning, from growing and expanding. And a lot of you have avoided that trap. Or you're about to fall in the trap, collective, and I need you to avoid it. 100%. Avoid the trap. Don't fall for the smoke and mirrors. Don't do it. You see how even in this sun card, she's in a meditative state, a meditative pose. The sun, you always have access to the sun. You can choose to be the sun if need be. Nobody can take this fire from you, your spirit from you, without your permission. That's the trap. That's the trap that was set. But you have victory here. Why? Because you're still able to connect. You're still able to be in the present moment where people, places, things, situations were set up for you to experience, or again, that come towards you to try to rob you of your senses, to try to rob you and numb you out so you don't feel anything. You're not connected to anybody. You're not in the moment. Everything is just bland. Literally, I feel that. Whatever this was, it was an attempt to numb you out. Choose victory. Choose to stay present. Choose to be in your senses. Choose the present. Don't let it keep you in your mind, okay? So, let's look behind the Six of Wands. The Hangman, yeah, it's a new perspective. And the Three of Wands, yeah, you got a lot to look forward to. Whatever this situation wasn't the end-all, be-all. Okay, Ten of Cups is still on the board. We love that. And did I not say Judgment? Right. And the Fool. Actually, okay. I don't know why that matters, but there we go. We got Judgment, Ten of Cups, Three of Wands. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. That's that Pluto energy. Judgment will be here. And again, I really do feel like there's an opportunity for some of you here to flip something on its head, the Hanged Woman, in this particular deck, and see the victory for what it is, to claim a victory, to understand that you have the power to free yourself. Yeah, you have the power to free yourself. You have the power to look towards the horizon for the sun. Whatever trap was set, you don't have to, excuse me, that's my throat chakra. You do not have to fall for it. Ten of Cups is possible. It's still here. It might not have been with that person. It might not have been with that situation. It might not have been at that career. It might not have been in that environment or at that city or whatever. But it's still here. But the only way that you're going to be able to fully embrace this is if you pack light, if you travel light, if you let it go. If you allow yourself to step into the newness without the old, without the past. This is a real Zen moment for y'all. I could feel it. Where you're with the Strength card in reverse, it's like your instinctual nature, your lower nature maybe would have ruled over you. I'm telling you, this all played out the way that it needed to so that you could elevate and not reattach yourself to something that would have kept you low vibrational, kept you down. Because all this energy wanted you to do was retaliate. All they wanted you to do was make the choice to play with the energy that they're playing with, or to match their vibe and match their frequency. Because now, guess what? When you match their frequency, you miss all of this. You miss the Chariot. You miss the Six of Wands. If you're matching their frequency, you can't be here at the horizon waiting for your ships to come in. You see what I'm saying? New perspective. And I feel like some of you guys have been working on this for a minute. So continue to do that work. Again, a beautiful, beautiful full moon to do that purging with getting out how you feel, all the anger, whatever this was, the feelings. Get all that out on paper and burn it. Okay? As many pages as you need, but burn it safely, please. Okay? Because this is what this full moon wants to offer you. This lighthearted energy, this cliff, this reconnection to the present moment, so that you realize that you're not in the past anymore. And the past can't really hurt you when you're in the present. When you've accepted it, it can't hurt. The only way that this energy works is if you're still, how can I say that? The only way that this energy works is if you haven't healed whatever that Ten of Swords is. If you haven't faced it, if you're still running from it, if you're still afraid to feel it or connect with it or understand it or just kind of deal with it. If you're running from it, it's the only way that that has control over it, over you. So take back the control, step into the Emperor or the Empress, either one, step into both, and claim this new beginning. Claim the victory, be present. It's the biggest middle finger to this energy that you can give. That whatever you tried to do didn't stop anything. We cycle through this. We cycle through this, okay? Let's go ahead and read from the book. Our oracles here, and then we'll pull our moon mantras, and that will be our reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hi, Ann P. Thanks for being here, love. Yes. Heal and let go. I love that. Ooh. Yes, I'm praying for your liberation, love. I'm praying for your healing, AMP. Thank you, Aurora, as well, for putting that energy in the chat. Let's start with exposed and revealed. Yeah, let's go in order. Okay. Again, fire energy here in this particular deck. The key concepts are healing shame, the imposter syndrome, letting go of self-condemnation, freedom from past unresolved wounds, focusing on self-worth, the underlying beauty in rejection. Ooh. Talk about the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Tower. Exactly. When you experience shame, you don't just feel you've done something wrong. You feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that life loves you, and the universe doesn't make junk, only magic. However, many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain by shaming. Maybe that's the hold. Yeah? Shame could have had something to do with whatever this trap was, or this betrayal. Okay? Someone definitely betrayed your trust here. Here's the way out of this. See shame as the heart-wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that matched all your inner pain points. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you have triggered them. How miserable they must be to expend their energy on such toxicity. They are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. You cannot love someone out of their shame. You can only show compassion for both them and yourself. Set a healthy boundary and refuse to fan the flames. Look upon shame as an opportunity for growth, evolution, healing, and freedom. With this in mind, can you let go of your attachment to control? Admit that this emotion isn't something you have power over, and surrender to a higher power. Thank you. Thank you, Divine. There is a sacred quality to the vulnerability inherent in admitting you can't do this alone. When you allow yourself to be laid open in this way, you gain a beautiful new perspective. Then the healed shame has the infinite power of the divine to set you free. Y'all, the way that the tarot just mirrored all of that in one reading, one oracle, I love, love, love that. Okay, I hope that that settled some of y'all. Kind of feel like it gave a good confirmation here. All right, let's look at 13 right quick. Feeling the world. Key concepts are sensitivity to the feelings of others, awareness of the whole world on a broader perception, empathy, overload, and overwhelm. Empathy reminds you that you are not alone. It's a beautiful capacity to feel the connectivity all around you, giving you a profound sense of belonging, a broader experience of being part of the larger whole. That said, it can also be overwhelming, especially when you don't know where you end and the rest of the world begins. Now is the time to be clear about your boundaries. Ask yourself whose energy you've tuned into. You might find it's not even yours. If you're feeling off or drained when you're with someone, they might be siphoning your energy. In such instance, this connection is not good for you, no matter how charismatic the person is or how attracted to them you feel. Do not mistake codependency for closeness or allow your boundaries to become too porous. That's that Nine of Wands in reverse. Trust your instincts and take care of you. Practice saying no. Avoid the temptation to turn off and go numb. Y'all, I can't make this up. Instead, be present. Somewhere in the middle of this feeling spectrum is where the magic is. You're also being asked now to be aware of how your wounds and actions may affect others. While it's not your job to determine how someone will respond to you, discernment is necessary. Be firm yet kind. Keep in mind that people-pleasing will not give you what you truly need. That said, your empathy is beautiful and important. It just has to be balanced in order for you to access its wonderful gifts. Today, celebrate the beauty of your sensitivity and that of others. So when you step into the truth and the clarity that you are a sensitive soul, a sensitive being, a porous being at this point, you do have a level of empathy that can overwhelm you, that people might be taking advantage of if you don't have healthy boundaries around it. Could be life-changing, could change the whole perspective. Yet, not having those boundaries is what can numb you out, and I feel like that's what this energy here is banking on. You not setting proper boundaries with them so that they can siphon all the energy, all the life force out of you. Solar plexus. So another energetic way to kind of support yourself through setting those boundaries is actively working on your solar plexus. Okay, if you like to work out, doing planks, try to do like 30-second minute planks. That'll strengthen your core. There's also healing chakra frequencies linked in my description box. Check that out, or just Google here on YouTube solar plexus healing meditations. There's short ones, long ones. Do some in the morning when you wake up, do some throughout the day. Definitely do before you go to bed, and that can also help clear out any unhealthy cords to your solar plexus that are actually draining you, right? Rather than it being an equal give and take, that Six of Pentacles. Okay, let's go ahead and head back over to 20, a merry motive. Key concepts: knowing your own motives, understanding what drives you to meet your goals, the momentum your attention creates, and the wisdom behind your intentions. You've chosen a path, you've set an intention, and you've begun to move towards a goal. You feel compelled to keep going, but do you know the why behind this drive? Do you truly want what you're pursuing, or are you chasing a destination with the anticipation of how it'll make others feel about you, or you feel about yourself? You must choose to be in the flow of the experience. Relish the moment. Surrender your expectations to a higher power rather than being guided by your limited self. Okay? The most important aspect to consider now is where you place your focus, because that's where the energy will flow. If you are resentful, the outer world will show you more opportunities to be resentful. If you are envious of others, competitive, or overly ambitious, you will always feel as if you are not enough. If you focus on gratitude and compassion for others, you will see even more reasons to be grateful and loving. When you look for abundance, it has an uncanny way of multiplying in your life. So if you're unsure about your motives, the results will be just as unclear. Dig deep to understand your why. If your true desire is to experience one thing, Let go of your attachment to the form of that thing and how it's supposed to come in. Make sure your motive is merry and joyful, clear and honest, and aim true. That's that Sag energy for this moon. Trust that the universe will provide the outcome that is a perfect match for your intention. It always does. So that touches in a little bit, right? For those of you where you're like, I want to know how the lick will be gotten back. I need to know how this is going to balance out. Is that a healthy way to spend your time and your energy and your focus? More than likely not. Don't focus on that. Let the divine step in, surrender to the higher power, and trust it will be done the way that it's meant to be done, right? And out of your hands. It doesn't need to be done by you, right? And that can be hard, especially when we're dealing with betrayal, okay? Especially when we're dealing with betrayal. Let's look at the Rose's Kiss. I think this will be a beautiful way to round this out, okay? Key concepts here: joy, experiencing pleasure, deep satisfaction and enjoyment, desires acknowledged, and a 5-sensory reality. Take a deep breath and center on the feeling of joy, that sun energy. Can you allow your senses to awaken and connect with your innate desire to experience all that life has to offer? Pleasure is a part of life. Let yourself surrender to it today. Our modern times often present a false ideal of how we are meant to experience the world. Connections are lost and distorted by our over-reliance on technology. Just look around and see how few people actually maintain eye contact or engage in conversation. Instead of tapping away at a screen, pause and consider how you can make a more intimate contact. Connecting with nature, enjoying the sensual pleasures of sex, and or being aware of the sensations of taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound may be important right now. How do your sheets feel? Can you reach out and feel the heat and softness of your companion animal nestled beside you? Be present to another person. See them and let yourself be seen. Your 5 senses are aching to be engaged right now. This is an invitation to get out of your head and into your body. You may be a spiritual and intelligent being, but right now the emphasis should be on having a sensory experience. This is a sacred part of this gift of life. By being present to the sensual world, you invite an even deeper spiritual experience. Amazing, isn't it? Perhaps it really is time to stop and kiss the roses. So for some of you, with that sensual energy, just be mindful. We did see the Empress pop out here. So if you aren't trying to be an Empress in that way, or, don't want to have a pregnancy right now, just protect yourself, be mindful, but enjoy yourself, okay? And make sure if you are in that sexual energy that you're connecting with healthy energy, people who will not siphon you, where it's an equal give and take. Okay, just be mindful of that. This would not be the moon. This would definitely not be the moon to connect with, in a sexual way, people who aren't good for you. Okay? Although it might be presented. So just be mindful. Use your discernment here. All right? Let's go ahead and grab some moon mantras and we will end this reading. Thank you guys again for tuning in and allowing me to read for you in this moment. I hope that this reading is serving you well so far, giving you the confirmation that you maybe need around what your own higher self was already guiding you towards. Thank you to everybody who showed up here in the chat, all right? And if you didn't say hi in the chat, make sure you drop a comment down below. I'd love to connect with you there. And if you would like to support me here on this channel, you can join my YouTube. There's 2 tiers, okay? That's linked in the description box below if you'd like to support me on Patreon. Again, linked in the description box below. You can also book a private reading with me at cuspofroses.com. That booking link is also in the description box, okay? Here we go. I release inhibitions and celebrate my magnificence for all to see. This beckons forth the power of my desires. By embodying my joy and pleasure, my dreams are illuminated and anchored in reality. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I will post these affirmations in a pinned comment, okay? So you guys can circle back to this and read them for yourselves whenever you need to. I harness the fiery flames of the lion's heart to cleanse what no longer serves my joy. I courageously step forward, expecting the unexpected, holding faith in the vision, and feeling rooted in my strength. Yeah, that's that solar plexus energy, that fire. Okay, any other affirmations that might help support the collective under this full moon energy, Divine? Thank you. Contemplation allows me to gain clarity on the beliefs that no longer serve my highest good. This permits me to release and make space for higher guidance to pour into the crown of my head and down into my heart. Anchoring my sovereign divinity in this present moment, I move forward with trust in the unfolding, leaning into slow, steady progress. So that's what this is. Again, some of you guys have been working your way through this energy for a while, but you are making progress. You are healing bit by bit. It is happening for you. Continue to trust that unfolding, okay? Healing is not linear. It is truly a journey. You'll never truly fully get to that spot, but it is just a process and a conscious effort. So keep making the conscious choice to choose your healing, okay? All right, let's do one more. We'll have a lot to pin in that comment, but I feel like there's one more that wants to come out. Here we go. It's safe to release the past. I surrender and welcome new experiences with grace and gratitude. I trust choices and decisions made from my heart. I am secure, wholly supported, and divinely loved. That's a beautiful, beautiful set of affirmations to end on here, okay? Alrighty, collective. This has been your chakra tune and reading. Again, make sure you tap into that sacral chakra and your solar plexus over the next few days, maybe even over the next 2 weeks, to really strengthen those energy centers so that you can ground in all of the beautiful energy and wisdom that is offered here with this full moon energy, okay? Let me know your thoughts and again what resonated and connected with you in the comments down below. Thank you, Brittany D. Hi, Queen Von Shay, Tarot. Welcome, welcome, love. Thank you for being here. Thank you again, Ann P. and Aurora, for all the love in the chat. I appreciate you all so, so very much. Love you lots. And I'll catch y'all in our next one. All right? Namaste.